Hello and welcome to Creative Sparkle. My name's Holly and today we're doing an art journal prompt list, so grab your art supplies and let's get crafting. Hello and thank you for joining me today. So for this prompt list we have a page rule, which is to use one page or a canvas, just having it on one level rather than the 2 pages. So I've chosen to go into a normal sketchbook, which is just 1 page. So for the first prompt we're going to be using a napkin or kitchen roll, etc. to add texture to the outside edges. So I've chosen to use this kitchen roll style thing. It's quite a thin tissue type thing so just use what you have available if you want to use kitchen roll or tissues or whatever. So I'm using that along with some Mod Podge, or you can use PVA glue if you wish, but I'm just sticking those down and scrunching them up slightly so that we have some texture. So as the prompt said, outside edges, I will stick to those outside edges with my tissue, and I'm going to do that around all the outside edges for this prompt. So if you want to use something different to what I have, that's absolutely fine. Just get that texture added to the outside edges of your page. So once you're happy with your outside edges, we'll move on to prompt number 2, which is to apply clear or white gesso to prime. So I'm going to use clear gesso just because I had that available to hand, and I'm using a tough brush to add it so that I can make sure I get in between all those textured edges. And so I'm going to cover the full page in the gesso, so you can use white gesso or clear gesso, whatever you have available to you. Just need to prime the page ready for the use of the next medium. So prompt number 3 is to add a pale base colour to the page and or texture. So you don't have to add it to the full page if you don't want to, but that is what I've decided to do. So I have chosen this beige latte colour, and I'm adding that again. I'm using that brush to go in between those edges of that texture just to make sure that it's got colour everywhere, and then I'm going to spread it across the middle as well, just so that the whole page is covered in that beige colour. So just choosing a pale colour, it doesn't have to be beige, it could be pale blue or pale green, whatever you have available and what you want to do for your page. So prompt number 4 is to use a medium of your choice to rub over and bring out that texture. So I've chosen to use the gelato, and I'm using my finger just as the tool to add at. So I'm going to scribble a bit onto the page and just on that textured edges. So I'll scribble it on and then rub it in and blend it with my finger so that it brings out those textured pieces. So use what you have available to you. You can use a normal crayon or pastels, whatever you have available. If you have gelatos, you can use them. So it's just for your page, whatever you have. So prompt number 5 is to stick something to your page to add interest. So I've chosen to add some flowers that I had in my stash, and I'm just using normal PVA or school glue to add those to the page, and they're just going to go around that textured edge. So it's as simple as that, really. So just use what you have available to you to add those pieces. So prompt number 6 is to choose a focal image from a magazine or newspaper or a leaflet or whatever you have available. You could print something out from an advertisement, whatever you want to do for your page. So this is the image I've chosen. I found it in a magazine. It was a science magazine. So it looks like a lemon squeezer with a globe being squeezed. And I'm just going to use that PVA glue, the school glue again, just to stick that down onto the page. And that's the focal image I've chosen to use. So you can obviously, as I said, use whatever you have available to you, as I always say. Probably get sick of hearing that now. And get that stuck onto the page. So prompt number 7 is to darken the edges of your focal image. So you can either do this with adding colour or shading onto the outside edge of your image, or you can do it around your image like I have chosen to do. So I've chosen the same gelato that I used to add colour to the texture, and I'm just doing an outline to darken those edges of the focal image. So as I said, you can do whatever you feel is best for your image and your page. So not done with the focal image yet. Prompt number 8 is to add something to adjust your focal image. So I decided to go in with gel medium just to give that globe some shine. I wanted it to stand out a bit more. But obviously once that dried, I wasn't really happy with the results. So I decided to go in with Mod Podge glitter version. So I wanted to add some more shine to that. So I'm adding that over the globe. So hopefully we'll get that glittery sparkliness once it's done. You can add whatever you like to your image. You could add some paint or some shading, some pen, some dots, whatever you feel is best for you. So prompt number 9 is to add a title and a separate element and then add it to the layout. So I've just cut a piece of card simply, and I'm going to use that same gelato again to add colour to that piece of card. And then I'll get that stuck down onto the page, and the title that I'm adding, I'm going to be adding with a metallic pen, which is the closest colour I could find to match the focal image. So that liquid that's coming out of the earth, it's a black metallic pen, and I thought it was quite close, so I thought I did quite well there. The title is going to say Squeeze on Earth, so make that what you will. You don't have to handwrite your title like I have. You could add stickers, you do whatever you think is best for your page, and I'm sure it will be lovely. Once your title's done, we'll move on to the 10th and final prompt, which is to finish your page with adding a step of your choice. So again, I started to go in with that gelato that I was using before, and I'm just adding that as a border this time. So I did just add water the first time to see if I could blend out the gelato that was already there, but it didn't work. So I'm going in with the gelato, and I'm just wetting the brush and then wetting the gelato and adding that colour onto the page. So I will add that border, and then that's the page finished. So the pictures will be at the end along with the full list as usual. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe for the next time. If you do decide to take part in the prompt list, I would love to see your creations, so please do tag me on Instagram with the hashtag #SparklePrompts. And I will see you next time, where we will turn your creative spark into creative sparkle. Thanks. Bye.